What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Hopefully you guys are doing really well. Appreciate the support in all the previous episodes. Today I've got for you guys something a little bit different. We have got my custom tactics that I did use this weekend for Weekend League that took me from a Gold 1 player to an Elite 2 player and nearly verified, as you can see on screen right now. So it's an absolutely insane weekend for me. Hopefully these custom tactics do help you guys out, and if they do, make sure to smash that like button down below, and also subscribe if you are new around here, because I'll be trying some different custom tactics and different formations to kind of toy around with what works for us, because I'm kind of a casual player, I'd like to say. I'm not one of them high-end players where any customs will work for me. I need to have the right set. And these 4-4-2 custom tactics were absolutely incredible for me. I had players all over showing for the ball. I constantly had enough players in defense and attack. So it was a very balanced formation. You'll see I've got quite a lot of balanced things in there as well with my instructions on the players sort of thing. So there's nothing too major with these custom tactics, but that's kind of what you want. You want to keep it balanced. You want to make sure you're not doing too much, because otherwise it's going to mess in with the game way too much. But for these custom tactics, I will go ahead and show you now. Make sure you are kind of playing a little bit, not too passive, like overly passive, but do play passive at the same time. Like there's always that backwards option into the centre mid, sorry. And also your wide mids, what they'll do, they tend to get into the box really well as well. So I'll show you guys first of all the team that I am currently using. It's not a massive team either, so it's like a lot of you guys will be able to afford the team, bar probably Mbappe maybe. And getting the normal card of Di Maria or something. He's only 300k, and I personally would recommend, like, honestly, I would recommend Gelson Martinez on that right hand side, which if you guys had someone like Di Maria, and that will also give you Renato Sanchez if you did have him on full chemistry as well. So that is the team that I used for this weekend league. Very solid, really happy with it. I think Pogba was probably my standout player, because I always tend to use one defensive midfielder that stays back, as you'll see, and I also use one box to box kind of midfield to get on the edge of the box and get around there. So I'm just going to be showing you guys my 4-4-2 custom tactics. That's what I used pretty much all weekend. We didn't change at all, apart from when we went to 1-0 down. We did put a long ball on and sort of go aggressive with it a little bit more. We put the depth up a little bit more as well. But as you guys can see, we do start off with balance in defensive style. We also have balance in offensive. So what you want to do, sorry, I should have said this first. You go balance, and then you want to go 5 width, and then you want to go with 4 depth. So not too major, like I say, but it's almost balanced. You're literally knocking the depth down 1, and you want to go balance on offensive and do exactly the same again. Do 5 and 4. Again, it's going to keep your defense and sort of everything quite compact a bit. It's going to come down a bit. It just works so well. On corners you want 2. You don't want to get counter attacked, and on free kicks you want 2 as well, because counter attacks this year are so OP. You just want to make sure you've got a less chance of that happening as possible. You don't want to overload the box. You don't want to overload corners and free kicks as well. So quite basic on that front, not too much to say. As you can see, that is how I play in game with my players there. You can move your players around willy-nilly how you do. I always, like I said, I do suggest having a defensive mid and a box-to-box kind of midfield, whether that's Bruno Fernandes. The UC, I'd probably say, because he's actually got 80 defending. He's quite a lot of coins, but a few other examples is Oxlade-Chamberlain's got an SBC card. You kind of get the idea. Just have one player that is kind of good around the box. Pogba for me is just perfect because he's got 5-star skills, and you know how good 5-star skills is this year with the Elasticos and all that stuff. Really did help me out. But moving on into the player instructions, you guys, all you're going to want to do is have balanced on both of your attackers. Now, I don't change anything with my attackers unless I go 1-0 down or the guy is playing a very high line. If this is the case, what I would tend to do is I'll get my fastest striker, which will be Mbappe. I'll go ahead and I'll chuck him on stay forward, and I'll have him on mixed attack, not mixed attack. So I change the mixed attack to get him behind as well. What that will do is when these guys are trying to play that high line, Mbappe will kind of run through the middle. Rashford will kind of step off. So you've still got that player to feet. You always want to have like a player there to be able to play the feet, and not both getting behind, because it just causes through ball century. You want to try and hit through balls constantly, then go for it. But I like to have that option of feet as well, play them 1-2s and all that good stuff. So that is what I tend to do. But for now, going into the game, I do keep it on basic, and there's hardly ever that I put him on getting behind, unless, like I say, it's just one of them games. On your wide mids, you want basic on both of your wide mids. You don't want them going forward too much. You don't want them getting back too much. You want to have that option, that out ball constantly when you're in defence, and they come back and you've got them wide pass kind of thing. So we've got cut inside on both of them and getting behind on both of them. And finally, you want support across. You want get into the box. Now, this is so important. Get into the box is so important. What that's going to do is make both of your wide mids, literally like it says on the tin, get into the box, and obviously get around Mbappe and get them bundles in the box. It's really open. You'll find that your wingers do get quite a lot of goals from that as well. So both exactly the same. Like I say, cut inside, getting behind, get into the box. Very simple. Nothing too major. Now, the 2 centre mids, a little bit different for both of them. Your defensive mid, make sure the more defensive one that you want to keep, make sure you got him on stay back while attacking. Nothing else apart from cover centre as well, because you want to cover that centre of the pitch. Make sure you're overloading that, because That's where the danger comes from mostly, in my opinion. Most of the danger comes from people playing wide and then trying to get back in the centre, getting to the edge of the box and all that good stuff. So it compacts out the middle really, really nicely. Your wide mids and your right backs and left backs are going to be on stay back anyway, which we'll cover. So you'll be absolutely fine. Obviously, your wide mids won't be on stay back. Sorry, your full backs will. Moving into the next one, I actually have him on balance, like literally nothing changed apart from cover center. Now you can put your attacking mid on get forward if you really, really want to. I personally didn't use it this weekend because it loses the balance, but when you do it on get forward, if you are losing, that's another thing you can do is put one of your attacking centers on get forward. What they'll do, like I say, they'll sit on the edge of the box, and then the rest of your team is in the box. You've then got 5 players up front helping you out while your other defensive mid sitting back and covering the 5 at the back kind of thing, because you'll have a 5 there. So you have 5 and 5, so it works really, really well as well. If you do go into a losing situation, you feel like you want to change something up a bit and you need that more players in the box kind of thing while you're pressing. Finally, your fullbacks, I think is the same with every formation. I don't know anyone that plays overlapping fullbacks, and not many people that really play balance. So you just want to stay back on attacking on both of your fullbacks, and then that is pretty much it for those. The mixed attack is absolutely fine. And then centre backs will stay exactly the same as well. With Lopez in goal will be the same. I haven't ever really toyed around with defaults, the settings, sorry, for the goalkeepers. Like, I don't know. I don't know what really works for them. I don't think there's too much that will really affect the game or the keeper as such anyway. But that is my custom tag. That is my 4-4-2 custom tag. If you did enjoy the video, like I say, make sure you smash that like button. I really, really do appreciate it. If we can hit 50 or 40 likes, something like that would be absolutely incredible. It's so demanding. If you guys want to see a different custom tactics video, sorry, maybe on the 4-2-3-1, maybe on the 4-2-2, let me know like down below. But the 4-4-2 for me has been so good this year. I've never ever used it on other previous FIFAs. I've always used 4-2-3-1, my go-to. But for me, this FIFA, this is just what works. So again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you all for another Gucci to Glory episode in the next one. Take care, guys, and peace.